What's going on? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hopefully, my internet is fine today. Let's go. Let's go. Come on in. Come on in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right. We are going to talk about buying into Bitcoin, buying into cryptocurrency in general. Um, And this way we can do this with a minimal amount of money. Y'all, there are people who are really struggling right now, suffering right now. And I want to make sure that I am doing my part with what I know, with what I've learned, what I've experienced, to be able to help people to push through this season of their life, still invest, still put their money to work for them, still pay off debt, still do everything that they need to do day to day, despite what may be happening in the economy. Okay, I understand that prices are much higher than it was when some of us started investing in cryptocurrency. Right, prices are way higher than what it was when I became an adult. you know, so we talking 25 years. Uh, is when I sat here and I began my journey as an adult, leaving home for the first time, and then here we are today. So we're going to go into it. We're going to talk about it real quick because I really want to make sure that everybody is in the position or is at least more comfortable with the idea of investing specifically in cryptocurrency. Some of you may invest in other things, but I want to make sure that you guys are aware of what you can invest in when we're talking about cryptocurrency. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. As you all are coming on, thank you so very much. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so very much for coming on. What I'm going to ask you to do, though, is for TikTok, tap the screen and share the live. What you can do is hold down on my nose and then blast it out. Okay, so tap, tap, tap while you're in and then share, share, share. Okay. And then, y'all, the reason why I'm asking you to share is because there's somebody out there who is probably having the same questions as you, may have the same fears as you, may have that same thought process of not understanding cryptocurrency. Specifically, tonight we're talking about Bitcoin, not understanding these things, but want to learn. So let's be good stewards of the access that we have and make sure that we are sharing, sharing, sharing. Okay, tap the screen, TikTok, and share the live. And then same thing for you guys on YouTube. Do me a favor and tap, like the video, give it a thumbs up, hit share it, and then also subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, as well as hit that bell, okay, that you're going to see. Hit that bell if you have not hit that button for the notifications yet, so you know when I'm going live. Okay, so let's get ready to get into it. So we do Crypto 101 every Tuesday, right? Every single Tuesday. I'm on here at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, just pretty much giving beginners, okay, new crypto investors, those who are curious, giving you guys information like Barney style, okay? So I know what it feels like, all right, to not understand, but watching the price shoot up, and wanting to get into Bitcoin, and you're saying to yourself, man, I don't have $112,000. I don't have $10,000. I don't have that, right? And then you get to the point where you're like, man, I don't know if I could do it. Well, what has stopped you has stopped many others, and that's that fear, right? It's the fear of losing money. How many of you have had that thought when it comes to cryptocurrency because you don't understand it, because you heard of your cousin, best friend, brother, lost $15,000 when he put money into whatever coin, right? Okay, it's the fear of the unknown because you don't understand it. So many reasons, but fear is typically the main reason why a lot of people don't invest in general, but definitely don't invest in the cryptocurrency market. So that's why these weekly live streams are very important. You don't want to be the person saying shoulda, coulda, woulda in the next 2 to 3 years, right? When we are back in another bull market and prices are pushing up and they've surpassed $150,000 and $200,000 per Bitcoin. You don't want to be that person. Okay. So tonight I'm talking specifically about Bitcoin, since most people have heard of this more than other cryptocurrencies. Okay. But before I get started, again, y'all tap the screen, share the live on TikTok. Okay. Comment. Let me know you're in here. I appreciate you. I see you, King Vision, Crypto Nomad, Nevermind 2025, Chance, Page, daughter of Moss. I'm sorry for messing it up. All right. I see y'all. Thank you so very much for jumping on. Same thing with you guys on YouTube. Give it the thumbs up, and then of course share, subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and also hit the notification bell. Okay. So TikTok, the goal is to get to at least 1,000 likes really fast. So I need you guys, as you're jumping on, tap the screen real quick. Okay. That's free. I'm giving away free information that's going to save people money, but also make you money when talking about investing into the cryptocurrency market. So free information to make you money. The one way that you can support is just tapping the screen. Okay. Get to 1,000 likes really, really fast. I do have a tendency to shut the lives down. So if I don't get the participation, at least the taps and the shares, y'all, I do shut down on TikTok. Okay. Because again, this information is free, and the taps and the shares and the comments are also free. Okay. And then to you guys on YouTube, y'all, we can get to 50 likes or thumbs up real quick. That will be awesome. And then at least 10 shares, at a bare minimum 10 shares. Okay. Now, if you were here last week, hopefully you remember your homework. You were given steps to secure your email, crypto exchange, and wallets from hackers, because there's been a lot of crypto exchanges that have been hacked by hackers and have taken people's cryptocurrency, right? Well, tonight, my goal is to help you better understand why people are investing in Bitcoin in the first place, and then help you to identify key things that signal you to buy safely and responsibly. I'm big on budget. It's not like it's a bad thing. It's a really great thing to help you stay on track, whatever your financial goals are, right? So with that being said, by the end of this live, for you guys on TikTok and for you on YouTube, by the end of this live, you'll know what is Bitcoin. Okay. You're going to know why to buy and when, because I'm going to give you some steps and give you some things. And then also I'm going to share with you how a person with less than $100 can invest in Bitcoin and still see profit. TikTok, I'm going to say this one more time. I love you guys, but I need you to tap the screen. If you guys do not tap the screen, especially within the next 5 minutes, like tap away, and of course share the live, then I'm going to shut it down. Okay. Cause I do that. All right. So don't worry though, about like how you're going to understand it. Trust me. I'm keeping it simple. I'm keeping it beginner friendly. And of course it's going to be packed with real guidance. So as always, this information is not for you to just go buy because I've bought or I said these are the things that I do to tell me to buy, right? This information is to raise your awareness of how easily accessible it is to the average individual, and for you to know what to research before you make any investment decisions, not just cryptocurrency. Okay. Ready? I hope you're ready. I see you, Carla Business, see Davenport. I see you, Big Truck. All right. And I see you, Love Teacher. I see you, the MX Studio. Y'all, as you're coming in, tap the screen, and share the live, because we're about to talk about how you can invest in Bitcoin with less than $100 and still see profit. That is the goal. Okay. You do not have to have $110, $111, $112,000 to be able to invest in Bitcoin, which is a really big misconception for a lot of people. People are not aware of how to do it. So I'm going to walk you through it tonight. All right. So tap the screen, share the live. You guys have 4 more minutes on TikTok to get the tap. And if you do not tap, I will shut it down. Just letting you know. Okay. So first things first, Bitcoin. What is it? All right. Bitcoin is digital money with fixed supply. Okay. And it is a neutral ledger. What does that mean, Leona? All right. I got you. I'm going to break these 3 things down. I see you, 144 Chosen. I see you, Carrie K. I see you, Rachel. Y'all, as you're coming on, tap the screen, share the live, because if not, in the next 3 minutes, I will shut it down on TikTok. Tap the screen and share the live. All right, so number one, first part about what is Bitcoin. Number one is digital money. Okay, this is cash that lives on the internet. All right, you can send it to someone anywhere at any time of the day. You do not require a bank app or a company in the middle to make that happen. Everybody got it? So number one, Bitcoin is digital money. Okay, got it. Cool. Number two, it is has a fixed supply. What does that mean, Leona? That means there is a hard cap on how many can ever exist. Many of you have probably heard this term over and over again, but the reason why I'm sharing this is because when there is a small amount of something and it's in high demand, what happens to the price? The price goes up, right? This is why since 2009, Bitcoin has went from 1 penny to earlier this year, or actually earlier this month, to $126,000 per coin. Okay, that's why, because there's only 21 million. Nobody can print more like the US dollar. Okay, this helps to protect against inflation. So number two, there's a fixed supply when it comes to Bitcoin. Okay, that's number two. TikTok, y'all have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We should be at 1,000 likes by now. 2 minutes. We should be at 1,000 likes by now. Number three, last part to what is Bitcoin. It is a neutral ledger. What is that, Leona? I got you. So it's like a publicly shared spreadsheet that records every single transaction. It isn't owned by a bank. It isn't owned by a government. There are thousands of computers, right, that keep identical copies and check each other's work. So the rules apply the same to everybody. It's the same rules for everybody. There's no one that can change the rules. There's no one that can change the document. There's no one that can say this didn't happen, that didn't happen. Absolutely not. So those are the three parts to what is Bitcoin. Okay, I'm shutting y'all down on TikTok. There we go. Told you. I'm not doing it. I'll try it again in a little bit and see if they're ready. So what I want to do for you guys on YouTube is give you an example. So let's see. Let's say, really, sir? my dog over here, let it go. And he didn't budge at all. He just let it loose. Man, that's one thing about having pets, boy. They really don't care. Okay, so anyway, so here's an example. So let's say that you send Jasmine $50 in Bitcoin, right? The network writes you sent Jasmine $50 on that public spreadsheet, right? Everyone can verify the math, but no one can secretly change it or, like create extra Bitcoins out of thin air. Got it? Okay, good. So the goal when it comes to Bitcoin is to be scarce, portable, and hard to change. So Bitcoin in 30 seconds. All right. What it is, how it stays honest, and why people care. That's what we're going to cover right now. So don't forget to write these terms down. I'm going to give you a couple of terms. And if you need me to repeat them, I want you to type it in the chat. More than likely, I'm going to repeat them anyway, just because that's how I am, right? Okay, so let's try this again. We're going to try this one more again. See if we can get this right. Okay, so these are some terms that I need you to write down. And then again, I'm more than likely going to repeat them just because I know that there are sometimes some people are not going to get it the first time around. Number one, the ledger. Okay, this is what we're talking about. This is our public receipt book. So again, the ledger is equivalent to a public receipt book. So I want you to imagine a giant public receipt book on the internet. It tracks everything. Okay, every single thing. You go into the store and you purchase 5, 10 things, right? Well, guess what? When it prints out that receipt, it's going to show those 5, 10 things, correct? That's what happens with the ledger when we're talking about Bitcoin. Every time money moves, a new line gets added. There are thousands of computers, again, that keep the same book and check each other, so it's hard to fake. Okay? That's one. We talked about the ledger. Two, when it comes to Bitcoin, right, there's something called proof of work. So you have to, for the miners, they have to pay to play because it costs too much to cheat, right? So in order to add a new page to the book or add a new line onto the receipt, miners must spend real electricity. Well, that electricity costs money. So that means that work costs money. So cheating would be crazy expensive. I want you to think about, I don't know if you all remember this, but back in around 2021, sometime, Elon Musk said that Tesla would stop accepting Bitcoin, right? Because pretty much the proof of work mining used too much fossil fuel energy, right? But then he later said, well, Tesla might resume Bitcoin payments when Bitcoin mining was about 50% clean energy with the positive trend. So another way to put proof of work is honest work gets rewards, but fake stuff gets rejected. Got it? Oh man, it's saying that something's up with my connection. Let me know if y'all are having an issue with hearing me and seeing me on YouTube. Let me know if you are having an issue with hearing me and seeing me on YouTube, because TikTok just said that it was an issue with it. Okay. I guess I'm good. So appreciate it. All right. So that was number 2. Now, when we're talking about Bitcoin, we're talking about supply. This is key again, because we talk about this a lot. The slow drip is never endless, right? So there's going to be new Bitcoins that's going to come out, but it comes out on a fixed schedule. But the drips get slower over time. So what does that mean? There will never be more than 21 million Bitcoin, period, right? No one can print extra just because, like the U.S. constantly just prints money and prints money and prints money, right? As of yesterday, the estimated number of Bitcoin circulating was almost 20 million. So that leaves us a little over 1 million to be released over time. This is why you see companies like BlackRock, Michael Saylor Strategy, and so many more large corporations buying up so much Bitcoin every time the price drops. If you see, this is something that I have learned in studying Warren Buffett and studying other people that are in, like, let's say the stock market, right? What they do is they watch where's the money going. They watch it. Where is the money going? And then when they find out where's the money going, what is it doing? Is it helping drive prices up? Is it causing the prices of that company to push prices down because they didn't allocate it correctly? They study where the money goes. So guess what we should do as retail investors? We may not have billions of money or billions of dollars in assets yet, but we can still move mentally and according to our budget like the people with billions of dollars. You don't have to have $110, $111, $112,000 in Bitcoin to invest. You can start with as little as $5, $10, $20, whatever your budget allows. Let's stop looking to the left and right and let's focus on our stuff, right? So if anything, what I want people to get from all the stuff that I've shared so far before we get into these other steps is Bitcoin is available to all of us. There is money to be made. It is not too late. You do not have to have the amount of money you see per Bitcoin because you're able to invest just like in the stock market. There's similarities here. So if you can take the risk to invest in the stock market, then certainly you can take a risk investing in things like Bitcoin, because the companies that are on the stock market that you're investing in, they're investing in Bitcoin. They're investing in Ethereum. They're investing in XRP. The banks are investing in the cryptocurrency market, but you're afraid to invest in it. Make it make sense. The banks where you're sitting your money is taking your money and putting a portion of your money into the cryptocurrency market. But you, ma'am, you, sir, are afraid to invest in it. Why? You don't want to invest in it. Why? They're taking your money to do it, right? So why do people care about investing? We're going to talk about especially these very large corporations, people like Michael Saylor, who is all in Bitcoin. He doesn't care about any other cryptocurrency. He is buying as much Bitcoin as he possibly can, right? So number one, the reason why people care is because it's hard to block, okay? Payments can't be easily censored or manipulated, okay? That's number one. Number two, it's predictable money. There's no surprise printing. There's no extra printing if when Bitcoin, all 21 million Bitcoins are circulating, you can't magically create more. That's it. Okay. And number three, it works worldwide. You can send this digital money 24/7. You don't have to wait until Monday when the banks open. You don't have to wait until Monday to make a purchase when the stock market opens. No, you can do it over the weekend. Okay. You can send money across borders. It's not just in the United States. And you have to pay this ridiculous fee to not only pay the exchange rate, but also to pay the wiring fee if you're going to send money to someone outside of the country. You don't have to worry about that with cryptocurrency. There's no bank needed. Got it? Good. Okay. So there's that part. Now, here's what I want you to think about when it comes to Bitcoin is people say it's like digital gold, but it is. The difference, though, is with this Bitcoin, there is a public audit trail. You can see where the money is going. You can see how much was sent. You can see there's no manipulating it, right? So next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down Ethereum the same way that I'm doing Bitcoin today. But I'm going to also show you the differences between the number one and the number two cryptocurrency. Okay. But if this is helping you so far on YouTube and on TikTok, if this is helping you so far, I want you TikTok to tap the screen. Tap the screens. We should be past our goal by now. We should be way past our goal by now. I see you, Jessica. Thank you so very much. I see you, user 13575. I appreciate you. Tap the screen, share the live. Okay. I will shut this down again, and I won't come back tonight. I will shut it down again, and then I won't come back. Okay. I do that. All right. So as you're coming on, tap the screen and share the live. Right. So here's the thing. What I want to do is address something that a lot of people are not comfortable with. And this is why I always suggest to people, because of my own personal experience, I always suggest to people to be realistic about your risk tolerance, your risk level. Like seriously, because if you're a person that's like you have heart palpitations when the prices drop, baby, I'm telling you now, cryptocurrency is probably not going to be for you. It's not going to be for you. Okay, because cryptocurrency is very volatile, right? This means that prices can swing very hard in either direction, and this can happen in a matter of seconds, in a matter of minutes, or hours within one day, right? Even today, the prices went from what I saw earlier, it was at like 110-ish, right? And then it jumped up to 112,000. Then before I started this live, it dropped down to 109,000. This is all within one day. Okay, we're talking about $2,000 and whatnot, $3,000 price differences within a day, right? That is amazing. So again, if you feel like my heart can't take that type of movement, I want you to know, like, it's okay to say, you know what, it's not time for me to invest in the cryptocurrency market. Okay. I appreciate, thank you guys. Thank you so very much, Jessica. Thank you so very much, B Money's Palace. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so very much, Kitchen Ninja. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep tapping the screen and sharing the live, right? So before we talk about like when to buy, okay? Before we talk about when to buy, I want you to keep these things in mind. And this is for Bitcoin, okay? Don't depend on timing the exact top or bottom of the market. As a matter of fact, that applies to every single thing that you invest in. That applies to the stock market. That applies to people like myself who invest in gold and silver, like physical gold and silver. That applies to the real estate market. We cannot time the exact bottom or top of anything. We can have areas of interest to say, hey, let me pay attention. Let me see if these other factors come into play. Now I'm going to buy, right? Number two, when it comes to purchasing, right? We need to consider small, consistent buys. You may have heard me use this term, or you may have heard this term before, dollar cost averaging. Having this style of investing helps you prevent that idea that you need to guess what the market is going to do. When is it going to hit the bottom? When is it going to hit the top? You don't have to guess or sit here and put yourself into this massive stress and worrying mode, because every single week or every other week or every single month, I know that my bank is drafting, taking out X amount of dollars and putting it into this particular platform to buy me some more Bitcoin, to buy me some more Ethereum, to buy whatever it is, because I set it up. Got it? Dollar cost averaging prevents you from worrying, prevents you from having that fear of missing out. It prevents all of that. And it helps you manage your emotions as an investor. You can apply that method to everything that you invest in: stocks, gold, silver, all of it. Okay? The only thing you can't do that with real estate. You got to be a bit better with real estate. You have some things that you need to pay attention to, but you can still put money to the side to help you with being able to have the down payment or cover closing costs, so on and so forth. Thank you so very much, Jessica, for the gift. I appreciate it. Awesome, right? And then the other thing we want to do when it comes to involving ourselves into this market, specifically talking about Bitcoin, y'all, please don't borrow money to invest in this until you fully understand how the market works in general. Okay? This includes you using money that you can't afford to lose in the market, like putting up your light bill money, putting up a portion of your rent money, putting up a portion of your car note. Like, we do not do that. We make sure our bills are taken care of. Our monthly expenses are taken care of before we invest in anything. So what I'm sharing with you guys, it doesn't just apply to the cryptocurrency market. It applies as an investor in general. Okay? And the last thing, before you even think about investing in this market, right? Write rules down. Like, really have some rules before you buy. Some things like why you're buying. You need to know, like, why is the price where it is today? What are some of the potential outcomes? You know, if this happened and this happened, like, seriously, plan it out. Okay? And if this thing happened, am I going to buy more? Am I going to hold? Or am I just going to stop investing in it altogether because it's a flop? Right? Like, we need to make sure that we are aware of this. This is having your plan before you invest. This doesn't just apply to Bitcoin. This applies to all investments, y'all. And when you write down your rules, do not break your own rules, ladies and gentlemen. Do you hear me, ma'am? Do you hear me, sir? Do not break your own rules. How in the world are you expecting something good to come from you investing if you can't be disciplined enough to follow the rules that you set to help you be successful? That doesn't make sense. I mean, or is it just me? I don't think it's just me, right? I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that agrees, like, no, I need to, I got to trust that what I've come up with is going to help me. And therefore, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to follow my own rules. If I don't listen to anyone else, I'm going to listen to myself. Okay? Because I've done the research. I know what my risk level is. I know what my budget says. Nobody else can tell me anything about those things because it's on me to do. Jessica, we've all been there. And anyone that says otherwise is lying. That doesn't mean you're there right now, but you have done it before. But why? Because you didn't know any better. Especially if you didn't grow up in environments where people taught or talked about investing and were successful as investors. Because those go hand in hand now, right? You can talk about investing, but you suck. No, we want to be able to be around people who are investing. They're talking about it, but they're successful at it at the same time. So we can learn from their mistakes and we can do better. We can get there faster and we can go further, right? So who here on YouTube and on TikTok, thank you guys. We had 2. There we go. See what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. Every single person that's tapping the screen and sharing the live, keep doing it, okay? Keep doing it. Let's get to 5K. Can we get to 5K before this is over? 5K. Let's go, right? So who here is considering, or who's choosing, I should say, not considering, who's choosing consistency over that inflated hype, over that fear of missing out, right? Who's choosing consistency? Because consistency is what's going to pay us in the long run. Right? All right. I'm about to talk about when to buy. Okay? This applies to other cryptocurrencies as well. So this is the time. If you have not been taking notes, go ahead, pull out your notepad and pen, your book, whatever you're using, okay? And then share if you have not shared yet. YouTube, I need the thumbs up, okay? I need the thumbs up. And TikTok, let's keep tapping the screen and sharing the live, okay? Let's get to 5K on the likes here on TikTok, all right? That would be awesome because this information is free. Those taps on the screen are free. Those shares on the screen are free as well, and the comments are free. So tap the screen, share the live, and comment if this stuff is helping you, all right? So yeah, like I said, this is the time to start taking notes. All right, let's go. So when are we going to buy? Well, before I do that, this is going to be a beginner-friendly checklist for when it might make sense to consider buying a little or a lot of Bitcoin, depending on your budget. Got it? Again, this is purely for educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor yet. All right. So I'm sharing with you guys things that I do and have done to invest in the cryptocurrency market. But definitely this applies to Bitcoin because we're talking about Bitcoin tonight. Okay. So number 1, your checklist. We're going to call this your green flag checklist. This is a go. Green flags mean go, right? Red flags mean stop. All right. So green flag checklist. When it comes to thank you, Jessica. I keep saying it for me, but there's supposed to be a storm coming here, so it might be on my end. So I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all are getting a glitch or anything like that, it's about to storm here. So I'm trying to get through it really fast so that way it doesn't affect the live stream too much. Okay. But keep tapping the screen like Jessica said and share the live. Tap, 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 and share the live. Okay. So number 1 on your checklist, I need you to put the number 1. And then put next to the number 1, you're personally ready. Number 1, put next to the number 1, you're personally ready. Okay? And in parentheses, put safety first. Okay? Because we're going to invest safe. We're going to invest wise. We're going to be responsible, right? So number 1, you're personally ready. In parentheses, safety first. All right, underneath that, we are going to make sure all our bills are paid on time, ladies and gentlemen. I said this before and I'm saying it again. Part of being ready to invest in any market, but definitely what we're talking about today is Bitcoin, is making sure that your bills are paid on time. Plus, you should have a fund, an account that covers any type of unexpected expenses. People like to call it your emergency fund. I say call it what you want fund, because when a person hears the word emergency, they might be like freaking out and have anxiety and they don't feel good. So instead of saying emergency, call it whatever you want. Okay? Use a word that makes you feel good, so that way you're more likely to invest in it. Got it? To put money there, okay? So at the bare minimum, we all hear, through all of these different financial advisors and these money gurus, that we should at least have $2,000 in this account, because the average American doesn't have at least $2,000 in a savings account. Got it? Cool. Okay? If you can get more than that, awesome. But at a bare minimum, let's get to $2,000. Okay? Got it? So that's number one. That's part one. Part two of number one, you're personally ready. Part two of that is you have a secure email. We talked about this last week. You use a two-factor authenticator, something like Google Authenticator. You can use that one. It's pretty easy. Okay? And number three, in that, you have a wallet plan, meaning your seed phrases from your hot or your cold wallet, whatever one you're going to use to move your Bitcoin from Coinbase, from Kraken, from Uphold, from Gemini, whatever crypto exchange you're using, you're going to move that Bitcoin to that hot or that cold wallet, right? So you need to have those seed phrases written down and safely stored. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear me say this a lot. Those seed phrases need to be written on waterproof paper. Or if you're like, I don't have any waterproof paper, Leona, well, buy some. But if you don't want to buy it, right, then put it in a Ziploc bag. Okay? And it needs to be stored in a fireproof location. Got it? Good. Okay? So those three parts are number two of that. Okay? And then the last part of that, you need to know your max loss in your country's currency. For us in the United States, it's dollars. Okay? So if you're in the US, you need to know your max loss in dollars and be okay with it. If you say, Leona, I cannot afford to lose more than $100, then guess what? I don't know what you're going to invest in where there's a possibility of you never ever losing $100. It takes money to make money, okay? But you have to have a level that is comfortable for you. If you are dollar cost averaging, it won't be $100 because you're putting $5, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $100 every week, every other week, every month, whatever your budget allows. You're doing that every single time. So you're not going to miss it because it's consistent, right? You're consistent with investing it. So it's not going to negatively impact you like that. Okay. But know your max loss in dollars. That's number one. Number one of our green flag, like it's a goal to buy Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency. Number one is you're personally ready. You practice safety before investing in the market. All right. Number two, you have a plan. You're not just going off of, I feel like I should buy some Bitcoin right now. I don't know why I did that, but that's what I think people do when they talk about their feelings. It's like, I feel like. We're not going off of that. We use strategy. We have a plan, okay? I am that person. I am an organizer. I have to have a plan for everything. Maybe it's because of my zodiac sign. I don't know, but I'm one of those people. I have to have a plan for everything, right? So number one in this, having a plan, we need to have a set, like, how long are we planning on investing, right? You should be thinking in years and not days when it comes to cryptocurrency, because again, 2009, Bitcoin was 1 penny. 2025, Bitcoin got up to $126,000 per coin. Boy, imagine if you would have knew about Bitcoin in 2009. Where would you be sitting today? What? Let me have known about Bitcoin in 2009, 2010. Man, I don't even know if I would be sharing this with y'all. Truth be told, I'm just joking. I'm not. Because I'll be like, hey, I tell you a little something and then go about my business, right? But no, seriously, you have to think in years because we're playing the long game. Just like y'all, if you invest in the stock market, if you have a 401k, if you have a Roth IRA, for my military people, if you have a TSP, right, you're putting money into this thing every single month. Okay? If you're in the military and TSP, you're putting in there every 2 weeks, right? You're not thinking about, oh man, I need to take this money out here. No, because you're not touching it until you retire. So let's have the same thought process when it comes to investing. We're thinking years down the line. Okay? Not days, not weeks, not months. Even though I do advocate for people to learn how to trade. At this point, I advocate more for every person to make sure that you invest first. You get a cushion as an investor, and then you begin to learn how to trade, so that way you get your gains faster. But with faster comes more taxes. Got it? Okay. So that's number one of this. The second part is, I've talked about this before, dollar cost averaging. Y'all, if you buy small and you have regular amounts over time, you don't have to worry about, dog, okay, is this the bottom? I mean, Bitcoin hit $103,000. Like, is this it? Like, is this the bottom? And then it's about to take off and hit that 250K that these people were talking about on this X space? You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to sit here and cause yourself to experience anxiety because you're trying to get something every single week, every other week, every month, according to your budget. Invest. It's that simple. I'm telling y'all, it is a relief. Your life is less stressful financially when you have these systems in place, because you know where your money's going, you know what it's supposed to be doing, and you're just letting it do what it do. Okay? Number 3 of this, we're having our rules written down. We know when we're going to add more. We know when we're going to just push pause because this is the time. Okay? And we know when we're going to just stop altogether. Got it? We're going to follow those rules. So that's number 2. You have a plan. You don't go off of your feelings. You don't go off of vibe. You go off your plan. Okay? Number 3, part of our green flag checklist, green means go, right? Part of this checklist, market move isn't all out exciting. They're not sitting here like, yeah, Bitcoin to the moon, Ethereum about to fly high, XRP Nation, it's going. People aren't doing that. I was like, is this the bottom? Oh man, are we going further down? Oh shoot, you see outflows? Man, a lot of people are selling. Prices just dropping. Oh man, I think I bought too high. Should I sell right now? Because I think I bought too high. The feed isn't screaming to the moon. It's sending you into fear. You see and hear more fear or indifference more than that excitement and euphoria. People are tired. People are tired right now of holding, especially the altcoins. Listen, me and my husband were talking about this the other day, and he was like, man, I've been holding on to all this XRP and H-bar and all this stuff. I've been holding on to this for years. 4 years. I'm just ready for it to go up, like shoot up, so that way I can sell. When you gonna hit this $6 XRP? Hurry up and hit this $6, right? People are tired. There are people that are tired of holding because they want to take massive profit. But what they don't want to do is take the profit and then the prices shoot up and now they're like, oh man, so now there's a little bit of doubt. Right? So here's the thing you could do. Check the fear and greed index. That's going to help you with that. Identifying when there's fear in the market. Okay, I use coinmarketcap.com. As of yesterday, when I looked at it, we were in fear. We weren't in extreme fear, but we were in fear, right? But extreme fear and fear are typically good times to buy. Okay? Wade said, heck yeah, come on, XRP, let's go. Listen, there's so many people at this point like, when we gonna have our out season? Because we didn't have one the last cycle. Where is our out season? I had somebody tell me this was before I took my hiatus, right? So maybe April when I did the last Crypto 101 before my hiatus, right? He was like, yeah, in 2 weeks, it's going to be out season. And I was like, well, what are you seeing to tell you it's about to be out season in 2 weeks? I prefer people to give me a resource than just throwing out some random statement. Because a lot of us are tired of holding when it comes to altcoins, right? Because we have not seen that massive rise. We're waiting. Because some of us got in late, like me. I got in 2020. So I got in at the tail end of that bull run. Tail end of it. And then I had to ride out this bear market that was the coldest winter ever. Like, this was like, oh my gosh, it was hard to watch your portfolio go down 80%, 85%. You sit here like, Jesus, am I about to go into negative? Like, for real. But then I learned during that time to buy more. So even though part of me was like panicking, another part of me was remembering what Warren Buffett said, buy the fear, sell the greed. So I was like, all right, I am scared sugar honey iced tea list right now. But I'm going to buy some more. And that's what I did. And I started buying Bitcoin when it had dropped down to, well, it dropped down to like 14, 15,000, right? But I started buying back in at 18,000. Just let that sit in. Like, just started back buying at 18,000. Bitcoin is at 109,000 before I started this live stream. So anyway, number 4 of our green flag checklist to tell us that we should be buying Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, right? Price action. When you look at these charts, these fancy charts, right? The charts look calm. It's not like it's not like what is going on, okay? It's simple. It's easier to see. You're able to see that it's moving sideways. Okay? It's just hitting certain areas over and over again, but then it's coming back down, and then it's hitting those areas over and over again, but it's coming back. It's just staying in the area. It's not all over the place, right? So after what we call a pullback where price has gone up and then it comes down a bit, after that, price is going to fall a bit, but it's going to stop sliding down, okay? So you won't have that huge spike to the downside after price has gone up, all right? That's number 1. Number 2, price moves are smaller and steady versus the wild daily upswings and stuff. This is why, even for me, I know I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You should have bought Bitcoin when it dropped down to $100,000, $300,000, $4,000, right? But even today, I was like, dang, okay. You went from, when I looked at it yesterday and this morning, it was like 110,000, right? Then it jumped up to a little bit past 112,000. Then before I got on this live stream, it was going down and it was like at 109, almost 108,000. Those are still wild daily swings. So that means that right now, with what I saw today, This is not a green flag moment. This is not a time to go buy Bitcoin. Okay, so we're not quite there yet. We just need to continue to monitor. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Okay. I have a timer set on my phone so that way I'm not just endlessly scrolling on social media. So it's a 2-hour time limit. So it just hit. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me on TikTok. I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot to cut it off for today. Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me. Thumbs up if you can still hear me on TikTok. Let me know if you can still hear me and see me. Or maybe I need to close it out and come back on. Okay, I'm probably going to have to close it out and come back on. Because I'm not. Hold on, I'll do this. Sorry, y'all on YouTube. Give me 1 second. I do this every time. How do you type a comment? Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. How do you type a comment? Lord. Can y'all hear me on TikTok? Can you see me on TikTok? I see y'all. Can y'all see me and hear me? I found it. I found it. Let me know if y'all can hear and see me. Give me 1 second on YouTube, please. Because the timer, I forgot to cut it off today. So it didn't kick me off. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm going to have to close it out and come back. Okay. Let me close it out and come back. Oh, man. I'm sorry, y'all on YouTube. I'm sorry. Maybe it'll work now when I log back in. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move forward and hopefully they come on and then we're able to do this. So yeah. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the price action, right? The last part that I want to share with you all with that is you're not buying like on a green candle after a week of straight up moves. You want to see that the waves, those big wild swings have calmed down. Okay. That's what you want to see. You want to see that those swings have calmed down and you are good to go to say, yep, let me go jump on into this market, right? That's what you want to be able to do. Okay. So remember, this is just a quick note. If you are dollar cost averaging, for my people who aren't looking for to pretty much like do wholesale to do bulk purchasing, right? Dollar cost averaging, you just buy when you buy according to your budget and your schedule, right? So this is still going to be the time for you to buy because you're doing it every week, every other week, or every month, no matter what. But if you're looking for a better price, like I said, you need to wait for a bit more stability in the market and in Bitcoin's movement. Okay. So 15 on our checklist to tell us it's time to buy. Okay. 15. The fees and the logistics make sense. So the fees, when we're talking about networks, the exchange fees, those are reasonable for your small buys. Okay. They should not be ridiculous. So especially when it comes to like things like Ethereum, those gas fees can tear you up. It can eat into what you're investing. So knowing what those things are is what's going to help you in the long run. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Welcome, right? So that's number one. Number two, when it comes to the fees and the logistics, right? You need to know where you're going to hold your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, so on and so forth. You need to know where you're going to hold it. If you're like, hey, I'm buying this right now just to turn around and exchange it to get this, you're probably going to have it on your exchange because it's going to be temporary. Like within the next 24 to 48 hours, you're going to be moving it. Okay, you're going to be exchanging it. But if you know that you're going to buy, say, Bitcoin, which is what we're talking about tonight, if you know you're going to buy Bitcoin, then you need to make the purchase and move it to your hot or your cold wallet, because you already know you're keeping that, you're holding that, right? And on top of that, you need to know how to move it. If you do not know how to move your crypto from the exchange you buy it on, whether it's Coinbase, Gemini, crypto.com, whatever it is, if you do not know how to move it from point A to point B, please send a message, ask a question. YouTube, type it in the comments. I need help with knowing how to move my crypto from point A to point B. TikTok, same thing. You can send me a DM. Y'all, I do not want you guys keeping your stuff on these exchanges, because I've shown you, I've told you multiple times that they have been hacked. So you do not want to have tens of thousands of dollars worth of any cryptocurrency sitting on an exchange. That money needs to be secure. And the way to secure it is putting it in your own wallet, because only you have access to it. You protect it. Okay? So that's number 5 on our checklist, right? Number 6, you understand the why. So I'm giving you guys, for everybody that's just joining on TikTok, I had to shut it down and come back on because my timer went off and it kicked me off of TikTok. But my timer on my phone, to help me to stay focused on stuff and to not be scrolling on social media. Y'all know how it works on the iPhone. So I had that, and then I forgot to cut it off for today, and it kicked me off. So I had to start the live stream over again. Okay, so thank you guys for coming on and tapping the screen and sharing it. Tap the screen, share the live, y'all. We had got up there in likes, but I had to start over. So thank you guys for coming on. Tap the screen, share the live, okay? But yeah, so yes, I do like XRP. Shout out to my husband. And if my husband wants to type in the chat why he likes XRP, that would be awesome. Okay, but yes, I hold XRP because my husband is the one that talked to me about investing in XRP long time ago. Right? So yeah, so you need to make sure that you know those things. If you do not know how to move your crypto from point A to point B, y'all, seriously, it's not a stupid question, because there's a lot of people that don't know how to do it. Please reach out. Okay? Please reach out. And also, there are videos all over YouTube as well. Okay? So, but if you're like, Leona, I don't want to search for it, can you please walk me through? I got you. Okay? Just reach out. TikTok, y'all can DM me. YouTube, there are links in the description. Just send an email. Okay? Or comment, like I said, that you need help, and then I'll reach out to you. Okay? But I would say more than likely you probably need to send that email, but that's in the description of the video. Okay? All right. So yeah, so knowing how. So now it's the you understand your why. This is number 6. I got you, Kyle and Jade. Please send me a DM. Okay? Send me a DM, and then I'll set up a time, so that way I can send you something and walk you through it. Okay? But I need to know where you're sending it, because if you're sending it to something I'm familiar with, I know how to do it beginner friendly. All right. So yeah, so number 6, part of our checklist is the last thing, right? To say it's time for us to buy. Number 6, you understand the why. So one of those things could be like, you have a one-liner that makes sense. So when you say it, you're like, yep, this is why I'm doing it. Like, I want a small slice of this digital money. I just want a portion of it. You know what I'm saying? But I want to hold it for a long term. So I want a portion of this digital money, these digital assets, to hold it for the long term. Right? Your why could be like, you're not buying it because of a friend, somebody telling you to do it, or influencer doing it. You're doing it because this is what you want to do. Okay? Your reason for doing it and your why could be like, you're looking for multiple ways to hedge against inflation. You invest in the stock market, but hey, why do I only need to invest in the stock market? Let me invest in this other thing and just set up auto drafts and then send it to my wallet and then let it just do what it do. I do that every single month, or I do that every other week, right? But knowing why you're investing in anything, but of course tonight we're talking about Bitcoin, but knowing why you're investing is important. If you have no reason to do it, you will not do it. You will not be consistent. And you will more than likely sell at the wrong time. You will. You'll sell at a loss. You'll sell right before price takes off because you're tired. I said it earlier. A lot of us are like, when is out season happening? Because we've been waiting for 4 years. Like, what's going on? Okay? A lot of us have been waiting at least for 4 years. Like, come on already. I joked before I had to shut down the live, the TikTok live, and I was like, my husband was saying, where the $6 XRP? Can you come on? We've been waiting on you. Like, let's make this happen already. SEC is done. What are we doing? What are we waiting on? Let's make this happen, okay? I'm ready to take some profits. Like big profit, right? I see you, Kyle and Jade. I'm investing into crypto because I want to retire early. Awesome. Things are possible, but we have to be consistent with it. So hopefully you guys got this checklist. Okay. Remember, just a kind of like check on learning. Our green flag versus red flag. Okay. This is a little check on learning, right? Green flag. I'm calm. I'm emotionally stable. I have my budget set. I already got my dollar cost averaging set up. I know every week, every other week, every month, X amount of dollars is going into this particular cryptocurrency or these cryptocurrencies, right? I got security on lock. My email is secure. My wallets are secure. My exchange is secure, right? I'm not focusing on what someone else is talking about. I'm here. Like, what was it? Jade, Kate, and Kyle and Jade said, I'm focusing on retiring. I'm looking to be able to retire in the next 10 years. And I see this as one of the avenues to help me get here. So that's why, boom. This is why I'm investing this amount every single week, every other week, every single month, regardless of what's going on, right? Red flags telling you you're not ready to invest. You're constantly anxious. You're like, man, I need to go all in on this thing right now. Bitcoin hit 103,000. Let me drop 10K that I don't have. You chasing the spike. You have no Google authenticator. Your security is not there. You don't even have a cold or hot wallet yet. You're not ready to buy, y'all. Okay? Get your ducks in a row before you invest. That applies to the stock market. That applies to real estate. Have your ducks in a row. Have your plan laid out. Follow your plan before you invest. Okay? Did this checklist help anybody? Did it help you with identifying like when you should consider investing in cryptocurrency? Type yes. Did this checklist help anybody? If it did, type yes in the comments. Bitcoin will never go back to 30, 39K. I can't get that off of here. We talked about that back in April. I don't know how to get it off. If y'all know how to get it off, type it in the comments. Hit me out on TikTok because I can't get it off. But we talked about that back in April. Okay. I just don't know how to get it off. All right. And that's not what we're on right now. But thank you. Chill. Am I crazy for going all in on XRP? I'm a person that believes in diversification. In that diversification, though, there are going to be some things that you're going to invest a higher percentage in it. So if in your investment pool of money for cryptocurrency, you say, hey, I'm investing 55% into XRP and then 40% into Bitcoin and whatever, that's fine. Okay? Because you have your reason for investing in that. You've done your research, hopefully. You've done your research, and your research tells you, hey, this is a very smart investment. Okay? There you go. All right. So now let's go. Let's go. So we're going to move on so that way we can wrap this up because it is after 7 o'clock and I've had to keep stopping because, yeah, issues with the network and all that stuff. Say I have 5 cryptos, but 90% is in XRP. Hey, again, you did the research. If the research told you to invest, the majority of your money into XRP and then 10% into others, then follow your gut. Your gut is not going to steer you wrong. Okay? Especially when you've done the research to back up what your gut is telling you. Okay? So you probably heard people talk about like, I don't have the money to buy a whole Bitcoin, right? I have to have the whole $109,000 to own Bitcoin. Absolutely not. That is not true. Okay? So this is how it works. And this is cryptocurrency in general, but we're talking about Bitcoin tonight. Okay? Next week, we're going to talk about Ethereum. I'm going to break down Ethereum like I've done with Bitcoin today. All right? So this is how it works. Number one, Bitcoin is divisible. All right? One Bitcoin can be split into tiny units. These are called Satoshis. Okay? If you want to say sats, then that's fine. But I don't know why I like to say Satoshis. Okay? All right? But you may want to, write down what I'm about to say because I'm going to give you the formula. Okay? But this is why I'm telling you, like, you can buy $100 or less worth of Bitcoin. Whatever fits your budget. Okay? Because it's like, for my people who invest in the stock market, because I invest in the stock market and I invest in things that are attached to cryptocurrency in the stock market. So like I have a Bitcoin ETF. I have shares in Bitcoin ETFs. I invest in a company that invests in cryptocurrency. Make sense? I hold Nvidia. Nvidia is involved in cryptocurrency, right? At their level. They're not like all out like Michael Saylor. Okay? But I'm just saying. So you can still invest in the stock market and invest in cryptocurrency. I'll get to that on another Crypto 101. But anyway, so just like in the cryptocurrency, in the stock market, where you can buy fractional shares of a company. So let's say you want to invest in S&P 500. So you're like, man, I want to buy some SPY shares. Oh, shoot. I don't have $660 right now to buy one share of SPY. But I'm dollar cost averaging into I'm dollar cost averaging into the stock market. So every other week when I'm getting paid, boom, I'm putting 100, 200, 300, 500, whatever it is, I'm putting this into my brokerage, right? Well, if you're only putting, let's say 200 of that is going towards buying some of the SPY, right? And then when you do another 200, now you have 400. Then when you do another 200, now you have 600. Then when you do another 200, now you have one full share and some change, right? Make sense? Y'all, it's the same thing here in the cryptocurrency market. If I don't have $109,000 just to put on one asset. I don't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and be like, yeah, I'm a retired Army vet. I don't have $109,000 just to put on one thing. Now, when Bitcoin drops down, if it does, listen, if there's some miracle and that happens, Yo, I'm gonna figure it out. Miss me with all that, right? But seriously, you don't have to have it. So when we're talking about I'm joking, and I already explained this. So yeah. I'm a How about y'all do me a favor on TikTok, since everybody keeps saying this ain't gonna happen? Can y'all do me a favor and explain to me how to get this off? Because I can't get this off. This has been up here since April of this year. So if y'all can, we're not talking about this right now. So can y'all help me get this off? I would appreciate it. Thank you. Drop it in the comments and then I'll go do it after this live is over. Okay. So yeah. So pretty much when it comes to buying into the cryptocurrency market, and we're talking about Bitcoin right now, you could buy a slice of that Bitcoin. You could buy a piece or pieces of that Bitcoin. Okay. That does not mean that your profit will not come because you don't have $109,000. No, when the price goes back up, so will your profit. So if you put $10 in today, then you will see more than $10 when Bitcoin goes up to before this live started, I was at 109. It was at 109,000, right? Almost at 108,000, like high 108,000, right? So let's just say overnight, Bitcoin goes back up to 110. Well, guess what? Your $10 is not going to be just $10 tomorrow. It's going to be a bit more than $10. How will I know what it is? Here you go. Just giving an example. So if Bitcoin is at 110 while we're live right now, okay, $5 is going to buy you. I'm looking at it right now. I had to type it out. 0.00045 BTC. So how do I get that number? You're going to do the dollar amount that you're investing. $10, $20, $100, $1,000, $10,000, whatever it is. See, y'all trip me out. Y'all come in here and y'all say stuff, but then y'all don't give solutions to a problem that a person asked for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm asking y'all for help while giving you free information, and y'all can't even give me help when I'm asking you for it. You can talk about this right here, but you can't help me get it off. Like, anyway, thank y'all for tapping the screen and getting this to 6K. I appreciate it. 6.5K. Like, I'm telling, bro, like, what are y'all doing? Y'all come in here and y'all got mouth for everything else, but when somebody asks you for a solution to a problem, crickets. Get the heck on somewhere. Anyway, that just irritates me with people. Anyway, so if you want to know how much Bitcoin you hold, you're going to use the dollar amount you're investing, and you're going to divide it by the current price of Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is 110,000 right now, then it's going to be, let's say, $100 divided by 110,000 Bitcoin. Well, 110,000. You're going to divide 100 by 110,000. That's going to give you your Bitcoin amount. Got it? Cool. All right. I hope y'all wrote it down. YouTube and TikTok. I hope y'all wrote it down. All right. So that part. Now, how do we do it though? How do we invest in it? So now we know we can buy Bitcoin if we have $5, $10, $20, $100, $1,000. You don't have 110. Who cares? You can still buy fractional shares of it. You can still buy small pieces of it. Okay. So how do you do it? How do I buy Bitcoin with only $100 or $200 or whatever it is? I see you. What's going on? Go DJ. Unstoppable. Appreciate it. Right. How do we do that? Number one, we're going to pick a reputable crypto exchange. Y'all don't go to these rinky-dink, janky things that you've never heard of. Go to the establishments. We all know Coinbase is established. We all know Crypto.com is established. We all know Kraken is established. We all know, like, there are certain crypto exchanges you all know are established. Gemini and more. Research it. Okay? Look at their fees too to see how much, if I'm buying X amount of Bitcoin, how much are they charging me in fees? okay, to make sure it's worth it. All right. Make sure that you have a two-factor authenticator. This is going to help minimize easy access to your cryptocurrency from those hackers. Get Google Authenticator. Easy peasy. Okay? That's number one. First step. All right? We don't talk about budgets and all that stuff because y'all know I'm big on budgeting. All right? So, number 2, deposit small amounts first. So that way you can get familiar with it. You need to get familiar with the buying and transferring of your crypto assets between the exchange and your wallet. Whether it's a hot wallet, whether it's a cold wallet, doesn't matter. Do small amounts first. Get comfortable with the process. Seeing the fees. From buying it to also sending it. Because there's going to be 2 fees. You're going to get a fee to buy. You're going to get a fee to send. Got it? Cool. Okay. 3, now you're going to choose Bitcoin in that exchange. And then you're going to click buy and you're going to type in your amount. Coinbase to me is very user-friendly. There may be another one that is very user-friendly. If you know one that is like, no, like everybody that's just started out, they use this particular crypto exchange and it's a reputable one, drop it in the comments. Help your brothers and sisters out. Because we share over here. Okay? That's why those jokers left that didn't want to help me get this off of here. Because they're not sharers. They're selfish, right? But seriously, okay? If you know one, then, drop it in the comments, okay? And if you're watching a replay, drop it in the comments as well. All right? And then the last thing, y'all, once you're familiar with buying it and everything, and you've reached out to me if you needed help on how to transfer it, right? From your exchange to your hot or cold wallet, now you're going to move it. Okay? Please, y'all, do not keep your cryptocurrency on any crypto exchange. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care how long they've been around. Y'all, all of them are susceptible to being hacked. And it's your crypto. It is your assets. You should be able to control it. Okay? And I talked last week about different security measures that we can take. How to do those things. So that way, hackers are like, man, I can't do this. It's too much going on. Let me go to somebody else that's probably easier. Okay? All right? So we want to make sure that we do that. Move it to that hot or that cold wallet. Make sure that you already have your seed phrases written down. Make sure that they are on waterproof paper. Or if you're like, Leona, I don't want to buy any waterproof paper. Right? Then put it in a Ziploc bag. Make sure it's stored in a fireproof location. Got it? Good. And if I were you, I would have it in 2 different locations at a bare minimum. Do not have it in just one spot. Okay? Because, and I'm pretty sure people that have large amounts of cryptocurrency, and I'm talking millions of dollars, I guarantee you, if they're smart, they don't just have it written down in one location. Again, y'all, are y'all not listening? Man, go on somewhere. Y'all not listening. You're not listening to the words that's coming out of my mouth. You jumping on here and just saying something. We ain't talking about this. This is old. How about you tell me how to get it off of here? Appreciate you. All right. So, and then didn't even read the thing to start the live. Like, what are we doing? Anyway. So yeah, so those are the steps when it comes to investing in Bitcoin. All right. And again, you do not have to have the whole 109, 110, 111,000 in Bitcoin. All right. So I need everybody to know that. Start tiny, start small, right? Secure your account and learn as you go. Does this make more sense to everybody now? So anyone that has tuned into this live stream, nobody should still be feeling like I got to have over 100K to buy into Bitcoin. That is not true. I've given you everything to help you to walk through so that way you can successfully go out here and invest and then see the profit when the price of Bitcoin goes back up. Even if it goes down, y'all, we do dollar cost averaging. So you need to have your plan. If you don't have one yet, this week, get your plan set up. Write it down. Don't just say it's in my head, Leona. Stop it. Write it down. Type it out in your phone. If you have an iPhone, type it in a notepad on your phone. Okay? We need to make sure we do that. All right? So here's your homework for the next week. Ready? Number 1, give yourself an honest assessment to see if you can tolerate the ebbs and flows, the volatility that come with this market. What is your risk tolerance? Is it low? Is it medium? Is it high? If you're like, Leona, I can't even lose $100. Investing in general is not for you. You need to go back and make sure that your bills are paid on time and you have your emergency or call it what you want fund set up with a minimum of $2,000 in there. Minimum. Got it? Okay, that's number 1. Second thing for your homework. Second thing, follow that checklist I gave you to know if now is a good time for you to buy. And that applies to any cryptocurrency, not just Bitcoin, okay? Any cryptocurrency that you've researched, follow that checklist. All right? Put coinmarketcap.com on your favorites, especially if you're using your laptop. Put that on there so that way you can view the crypto fear and greed index. Okay? You should be looking at that, if you look at it like once a month, okay, cool, but I'm a weekly person. All right, so at least once a week, I'm looking at it at a minimum for me, but that may be too much for somebody. So if at least once a month you're looking before you invest, cool. All right. Number 3, make your rules for investing in crypto and stick to them. Do not go against your own rules, y'all. You're setting yourself up for failure when you go against your own rules. Okay? And I cannot stress this enough. Those were your 3 homework assignments, right? 3 parts to your homework assignment before next week. I can't stress this enough, though, y'all. Please stay emotionally neutral. Period. I got it. I'm talking about Bitcoin, but that applies to every single market that you invest in. Stocks, real estate, precious metals, oil, other businesses. Doesn't matter. Stay emotionally neutral. You're not chasing anything. You're learning. You're not chasing anything. You're learning. Everybody got it? All right. So that's it. Next week, like I said, we're going to do an Ethereum breakdown like I did with Bitcoin today. Okay. I'm probably going to give y'all like some price points because I haven't done that for Ethereum in a little while. I've done that with Bitcoin so many times. Like where's the next hit area I'm looking at for Bitcoin going to when that time comes? Like for Bitcoin, hold on. Bitcoin, I have, this is the wrong chart. Give me a second. I'm going to get this to y'all before I go. Do I have to refresh it? I think I have to refresh it. Okay, so Bitcoin, it's like 150 something. Hold on. So this is as of last year. This is when I marked it. We're looking at between 150 and 159. So 150 to 159,000. That would be the next profit area for Bitcoin. And that's only whenever that happens. Okay? That's only whenever that happens. All right? I'm definitely not telling anyone, that's going to happen this year, because this market cycle has been totally different from what I have seen and what I have experienced since they're reading, researching, and learning with y'all. Okay? But I could see at some point Bitcoin during the next push, really strong buy momentum, Bitcoin going between 150 to 159. Okay. That's what I have for Bitcoin. Again, we're talking about Bitcoin today. All right. All right. So I gave y'all the homework assignment. So with that being said, like I said, next week on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, that's 4 p.m. for my people on the West Coast, I'll be doing an Ethereum breakdown like I did with Bitcoin today. Okay. So before I wrap, what are some of your takeaways from tonight? If you are watching on YouTube, you can drop it in the replay, in the comments. If you want to drop it in the chat for y'all tuning in live right now, that's cool. I give y'all a second to do that. And are you doing any of the things mentioned tonight? Okay, like the checklist, doing your plan, all of those things. Like, are you doing any of those things? Are you going to do the homework? Okay. Like, are you doing it? Say, how much XRP should I buy? According to your budget, that's how much you should buy. Seriously. I can't tell you how much to buy because I don't know what your financial situation is. And plus, I'm not a financial advisor yet, so I can't tell anyone how much of anything to buy, or I can't even tell you what to buy. But I can tell you what I'm buying and what I have bought and why I have bought those things and what indicators told me to do that. And then you go and do your own research. Okay? Ain't nobody about to come sue me talking about what Leona said. No, ma'am, no, sir. I'm not them financial gurus on here saying, you better do this, you better do that. And I got this crystal ball. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm a student just like everybody else. I just share what's worked for me. And I also share what has not worked for me. So hopefully you don't make the same mistakes I have. Okay? So that's it. Next week, I'm breaking down Ethereum, the number 2 cryptocurrency. Same way I did with Bitcoin. I'm doing the same thing next week. Remember, the goal isn't to time the market, it's to understand it. Okay? Go look at coinmarketcap.com for that crypto fear and greed index. Make sure that you have coingecko.com as well. If you want to have daily updates on cryptocurrency, you can go to CoinDesk. Okay, you can go to Cointelegraph. You can go to Decrypt. That's another one, right? You can go to Bloomberg. I like Bloomberg too, or whatever. Yahoo, they have theirs as well. CNBC, they have the crypto world. There's a lot. Okay. If you don't want to wait for me to give information, as you should not wait. Okay. But at the end of the day, y'all, stay curious, stay cautious, but also stay prosperous. All right. That's it. That's all I have. I'll see y'all next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's go. Bye, y'all.